Tom here, Flip Anything USA. So look, a lot of you have been following me how I build my empire for myself and my kids and my family. So look, before you do anything else, pause this video and download the app below. It's free, okay? This is the app right here. It's gonna make flipping, assigning, wholesaling, selling, referrals, profitable and easy for you. You're going to do everything that I've been doing throughout my whole life, the last 30 years, making a fortune, but you got the advantage of the digital technology. It's in the hand, it's always with you. So download the app. Do it now or do it after the video, but don't forget. Realtors, listen, this is for you too. Real estate agents, investors, beginners, pros, you're going to love it. I've been doing it for 30 years and you're going to be able to make a ton of money the same way. Thanks. I'm already rich, but what I don't have is the deal. That's what I need, okay? And let me tell you how I come upon this discovery. First property I ever bought, I bought when I was 19. Now that was actually my first discovery about owner financing and the fact that I didn't need credit. And I bought that property, owner carried, and I actually financed the down payment from not paying rent for 6 months because I got free access to the building for 6 months. So there's a creative way. I came in, zero money. I probably wrote a check for $500 to tie up the agreement. Most people can raise that on their own. But that's how I tied up the property. Then I sat in it, didn't pay rent for 6 months, saved the $10,000 down that I put down on the deposit, and then they carried the balance. And I was in business. No banks involved, no credit checks, nothing, okay? I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for owner financing. But let me tell you about one of the other deals that came a couple deals after that. Because I bought 5 houses after that, and my 5th house was the house that I actually ended up living in. So let me recount this. I'm going back to 19 years old now. Okay, the way I came upon this discovery, realizing that whether you're rich or poor, you're the same, is this. I found a building for sale near the building I'd already bought. And it was worth, I can't remember exactly, but it was worth probably over $200,000. And the people were going bankrupt and they were gone. They'd already left their business. They abandoned it. They were going to let it go back to the bank. I got wind of this. I don't even remember exactly how. But I tracked the people down and found out, yeah, we're just going to let it go. And I said, well, look, let me buy it. So I found out what they owed on it. It was significantly less than what I thought it would sell for. So I made a deal that I would buy it from them, and I think I just gave them a couple $100. We wrote up an agreement. This is like a pre-foreclosure. They weren't even in foreclosure yet. But I had the deal. I had the rights to buy it from them. But I had to get it done very quickly because they were going to get foreclosed on pretty soon. So I sought out somebody in town, somebody that I used to work for that I knew had money. And I went to him and I said, John, I got this deal. Can we buy this together? He said, Tom, it's a great deal. I think there's plenty of money to be made here. He goes, but I don't want a partner. I don't need a partner. He goes, how about if I just give you $20,000 and you go away and I'll buy it by myself? And so look, he probably went on to make 50 or 100 grand. I don't even know. But I said, sure. It was a great idea to me. So he gave me $20,000 and he took my position in the contract. See? I didn't have money. I didn't need money, okay? I needed the deal. He had money, but he didn't have the deal. I found a house. Great deal. I used to make cards up, say, I buy houses under 50 grand. And believe it or not, there's still those, they exist. Not in my town right now, but they do exist. But the bottom line is I let everybody know that I would buy anything under $50,000. And most people's reaction, yeah, well, who wouldn't? Well, one day I get a call. Hey, Tom, got a house. People want to get rid of it. I said, okay, great. I went over there. It's a longer story, but I signed the deal. I made the agreement to buy it, and it was at about half of what the value was worth. I think I got it for $34,000. It was worth, twice that. So I immediately went to another friend of mine that I knew had a good job that could qualify for the loan and all that. He was established. I was self-employed, so my credit was terrible because I just didn't have any established. When you're 19 and you're self-employed, your name's mud. That's just kind of how it is. So anyways, went to him. He said, okay, great. He got the money. We closed the deal. We sold it. We each probably made $10,000, $15,000. Then I found another deal. And in fact, and then that one I bought without him. Then I found another deal. My money was tied up. And then I said, hey, you want to buy this one? He said, sure. And so he goes in on that, and then he says, you know what, Tom? He goes, I'd like to buy this and keep it. I said, okay. We figured there was $12,000, $15,000 profit there. He gave me $6,000, and he just took it away. So then, without even buying it, there's two properties I showed you, $26,000, which is even a lot of money today. It's certainly better than zero. And remember this: you never get hurt taking a profit. You never get hurt taking a profit. You might see $100,000 potential there, but if you can make that deal happen where you're in the position to buy it, and somebody else will give you 20 to take your position, just take it, because you're taking a profit, but you got no responsibility. You're done and you're clean. And that's what I did on the first several deals. And then I had enough money after that. This is after I bought my building and I flipped a couple little houses. And then I came upon my little dream place, 3,000 square foot, kidney-shaped pool. Everything was beautiful. Interest back then was like 9.5%. That's what it cost to borrow. But I'd already established. I put a fat down payment, I think 25%. Bought it for $145,000. Had an awesome little pad. I think I took a 30-year loan out on that, and I just rented the bottom wing of that. This place was giant. It was a good deal. It was worth twice what I paid for it then. But I rented out the bottom wing of that to my buddy, and he ended up paying about half my mortgage for while I owned that house. So don't believe anybody that you need money to make money. That's not true. I want to talk about now about how does the poor guy buy. Okay, first of all, assuming the poor guy gets the deal, okay? Now, that's the biggest advantage. You put down $500 or whatever, you got it tied up, you're going to close in 60 days or 90 days or whatever you negotiated. Even if you say you're going to pay all cash, that's fine, okay? But there's a number of ways you can do it. There's owner financing, okay? This is a great way. I've owner financed properties that I purchased that I could have never qualified for myself. So you got owner financing. Now, that's an opportunity sometimes where the poor guy can actually buy something without anybody's help because he's got the deal. Now, maybe you've got 10 grand, 5 grand, or whatever, but maybe not. Either way, there's owner financing, okay? Then the other thing is just assign your position. And so, typically when I go into an agreement, I will write and or assigns. So it'll be Tom and or assigns. Now, when I was younger, I was doing this primarily because I might flip it to somebody else, or I put it in my name and somebody else's name. Now I do it because almost all my real estate is held in family limited partnerships because I had several kids, and my kids are my partners, and kids, under 18, they can't actually possess property, but they can own percentages of partnerships that own properties. So I write in or assigns because I never know which partnership. I've got about 15, 20 of them. I don't know which one of them I'm going to end up buying it in, and exactly. So and or assigns. Somebody says, why do you have and or assigns? You say, well, I might take my dad as my partner, or I might put it in an LLC or a LP is what I usually do. So we got owner financing. We've got assigning your position. That's where you're just going to flip it to somebody. And then there's just the obvious one, and that's just partnering. If you've got somebody that is willing to be your partner, then that's great. But I don't even love partnering, but it's okay. It works as long as you both understand, hey, I got the deal, you got the money, we go in, we're going to flip it. And usually that works for any partner because they just want to get their money out. Now you're going to run into it because this is kind of how I self-discovered this stuff, is I found people that were like, hey, that is a great deal, I do want to be your partner, but then they decide, hey, you know what, I'd like to keep that property. And now you're negotiating with them what they can buy your interest out with, which is a great position to be in because you can do that before you ever own it. And you can just let them assign the contract, and so you'll assign that to them, and they'll just take your position. So remember, rich or poor doesn't matter. The deal is the key thing. I can barely read that. The deal, that is the key thing. You gotta have the deal, and that's why you're equal. Look at your neighborhood. In your neighborhood, where you live, where you come home every day, or where you work, or anywhere in between that you can come in and drive through a neighborhood. And don't limit yourself to just residential real estate. Don't think you have to have a duplex, a fourplex, an apartment. Just keep your mind open. I flip anything. I flip fire trucks. I flip just any kind of equipment you can imagine. I probably bought and sold and made money on. You can start there. But real estate is the way you can leverage the most. In other words, with $10,000, you can tie up something that cost $1 million. And you can make a fraction of $1 million that is much greater than you'd ever be able to do any other way. So listen, I don't care if you're 18, 19, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, it doesn't matter. Just get started. The main thing is get to know properties. Call on that for sale sign and ask how much it is. Find out what it's sold for, and then go look at it. Go look at it so you know. Oh yeah, that was a nice place. It sold for 180 or 2 or 300,000, whatever. But pretty soon, when you go to enough of these properties that are in your neighborhood that you're looking at, then one day when a deal comes up and you go in there and you find out they're asking a price much less than they probably could get, that's when you say, I'll take it. And you write that check for $500 and you tie it up. And then you go find a partner, or if you can, you go buy it by yourself. You have to know a good deal when you see it. You have to know a good deal when you see it. If you don't know a good deal when you see it, you're going to hesitate and somebody's going to slip in and take it away from you. So just start doing the work. Get to know properties. You'll be an expert in your area, and that'll make all the difference in the world. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. Listen, rich or poor, does not matter. If you came to me and you had something that I wanted, I'd just say, here's a finder's fee. I actually gave one of my tenants, called me and said, hey, Tom, the place just went up for sale next door. I shot straight over there, knocked on the door, talked to the owners, made a deal on the spot, bought it, gave her $5,000. Okay, it's that simple. What's not simple is finding the deal. You have to have your eyes open. You have to look. You have to call. If you see a distressed property, find out who owns it. Find the owner, talk to them, find out what's going on. But you've got to know what values are when you're going in. You have to know. Because if you don't know, you're going to say, let me think about it, let me check, and then there's your opportunity. Gone right there. Remember, time kills deals. Time kills deals. You don't want to waste time. You need to be able to go, I'll take it. I'll take it. So that's what I'm going to leave you with right now. We'll talk about more deals later. I'll show you ones I've made $10,000, $100,000, $300,000 on, more than $1 million on. I have done it all, and you can do it too. I'm not selling anything, so listen, I'm just trying to help you. I'm doing this for my boys. I'm trying to lay a roadmap for them to follow on YouTube. I appreciate your questions. I want to be comprehensive. I want to cover the stuff that's important. So you can ask me. Just remember, you got to find the deal. That's number one. All right, hey, Tom here again. Look, want to tell you, don't leave this video without getting the free app while it's still free. You can get the link down below. Android and iOS, we've got you covered. You're going to have the same advantages of making money in real estate that I have, even more than I've had over my past, because it's all in the palm of your hand all the time. So be sure to get the app. Thanks for watching. Hey, Tom here again. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my videos and hit the notifications if you want to hear about things when they come up. But number one, get the app. It's a free app, folks. It's in Android and iOS. Go down and try it out. It costs you nothing. Thanks for watching.